A different shade of blue. Right. Let's fucking do this. Hello everybody, welcome to Danny Reviews, and today we are going to talk about the new album from Knocked Loose, A Different Shade of Blue. So, for those who do not know, Knocked Loose are a hardcore band from Oldham County, Kentucky, and they made a really big impression on their debut album, Laugh Tracks. An album which I really did enjoy. Some really good heavy riffing, some good beat downs, really heavy chugging, really down tune chugging as well. They were using 7 strings in drop G, which is really cool. I love that sort of shit. Really good album. I enjoyed it. Some good songs on there, and of course everybody remembers it for the arf memes from the, you know, the dog arf. Yeah, you know what I mean. As much as I already enjoyed this album, I wasn't a fan of its production. Like, with them being like a heavy hardcore band, I wanted like a bit more rawness and like a bit of feedback, a bit of breathing space between like the guitars and the drums. It just felt a bit too choppy for me and a bit too clean. So that I was hoping for a bit more of that on that album, but they didn't. But moving forward onto A Different Shade of Blue, it is the complete opposite. I'm telling you now, like, this album is heavy as it sounds more raw, live, and more organic. It's less choppy and it's got a lot more grit to it, and it just sounds like the perfect production job for this album. I'm absolutely loving the sound of it. It sounds absolutely monstrous from beginning to end. Like, from the beginning you are greeted from the track Bellyville, which is starting from these really chuggy down-pick guitars before it goes into a Pantera type groove, being led by the screams of "Make me feel" from Brian Garris, the lead vocalist of the band. And I think just after that you already know what hell of a ride you're going to be in for from this opening track. As I mentioned about Brian's vocals, there's also a lot of vocal interplay between him and Isaac Hill, the guitar player, where there was quite a little bit of that on Laugh Tracks, but even more so on this new album, where you get a lot of really low gutturals from Isaac. And Isaac's got this line that goes, "Be quiet now, misguided son, I am pestilence personified." But obviously a lot lower than that. And I fucking straight up love the end growl on "And So I Wander South." Like, the very end, he's got this, which is wicked. Fucking love that every time that kicks in. And throughout the whole record, Brian's got these really shrilling shouts throughout the whole thing. You know, loads of mosh calls, just like on "And So I Wander South" and on "Guided by the Moon," which is a real standout track for me, where he just screams the lines, "I've got a bone to pick with death, he still follows me around," and right into a breakdown. Like a lot of the songs, to be honest, but just so good. Like every time he does them mosh calls, it's like, gets me every time, probably gets my blood pumping. The pace throughout the album is pretty driven and it's pretty furious throughout, but like the track I mentioned earlier on, "Guided by the Moon," you're getting a lot more of a sludgy sort of track. It's it goes down in pace just a bit, but it's really creepy, and I love how Brian's vocals are echoed throughout the whole track. Like, every shout he does, they just go on, like, they just echo for ages. I love that. As it keeps on creeping, you then hit with the vocal line, "This is a different shade of blue," where it picks up the pace a bit. It goes 4/4 stomp until it heavily crescendos into this real feedback fucking fest. When, like, this is exactly what I wanted from Knocked Loose. I wanted some feedback, I wanted some raw, I wanted some organic stuff going on, and just to hear that throughout the record, it really is satisfying to me. I'm also loving the drumming throughout this album. The drumming is absolutely brilliant. The drumming seems more metal than it does hardcore to me. Like, you know, for example, like Code Orange, you got Jamie Morgan, and he is a proper beat down drummer, but you don't see him do, like, you know, loads of fills and stuff like that on splash cymbals, and not a lot of double bass. He does dabble every now and then, but this one has got double bass throughout, and it's still aggro, it's still really punchy. And, you know, there is some stuff going on, like on the track By the Grave. I love the beatdown in that, because in between all of those crash snare and kick pedal stuff, he's got these little flourishes of like splash cymbals and like thrills on the ride bell that I love that's going on. It just seems a bit more technical than a normal hardcore beatdown as far as the drums go. The guitars still seem like really chuggy, really heavy riffing, but you got all these Slayer like guitar lines in songs like Mistakes Like Fractures, just sound absolutely brilliant, which you did get quite a lot on laugh tracks, but a bit more so on this album and a lot more chug. And I think they've upped the tuning on this because laugh tracks was drop G on a 7-string guitar, where they've just put it up to A standard on this new album, and I think it kind of makes it sound less, I don't know, it just gives it a bit more for me. I don't know why, it just does. It's weird how guitar tuning sort of affects that sort of listening experience where it sounds heavier in a way. I don't know. You let me know what you think about that thing. Or if I'm just talking shit and like, you know, I need to stop reviewing the album straight away. Also, the way these songs transition into one another is really amazing. Like, you never know what you're going to be hit round the corner. Like, every time a new song comes in, it's like, boom. And, you know, we've had Mistakes Like Fractures and So I Wander South, as the singles leading up to this album. As you're listening on, when them tracks kick in, you do not expect it. And when they do kick in, it's like, holy shit, here we go. Like, it's a proper, like, it makes you want to turn it up even louder. It's fucking awesome. And on this album, you've got guest vocalists coming from Emma Boster from Dying Wish and Keith Buckley of the amazing Every Time I Die. Both do really good jobs, and it's got that real cool hardcore aesthetic. It's like, you can imagine if you're going to see Knocked Loose live, when it comes to those vocal parts, it just feels like the bit where in a hardcore show someone picks up that fucking mic. It could be like someone, a mate from a band or whatever, and then they're going for that line, and then the fucking crowd surf afterwards. It genuinely feels like that. And, you know, considering this album's got Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die, who is fucking brilliant, and he really goes for it on this track. It still feels like Brian is the standout vocalist throughout the whole album, if you sort of get what I'm on about. With an album clocking in at 36 minutes, I believe it is, 39 minutes, you're getting your good dose of 12 tracks of heavy as fuck hardcore riffs, hardcore tunes, and, you know, the songs go from about 2.5 minutes to 3.5 minutes. That's what you're going to get. There's not a lot else to say about this album, really. It's just absolutely relentless and wild from start to finish. It goes like that, and it just makes laugh tracks just look like an absolute joke, to be honest. And I'm in love with this album, and it's grown on me more and more and more. This album is like worthy of being top 5 list of albums of the year, and it's probably my favourite hardcore album so far this year. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant, and I think this album is going to push this band a lot further. It's going to get them up on those festival bills. They're going to get bigger venues, and all sorts of people are going to be talking about this album. And this album's been out for a few days now, and I think there's loads and loads of buzz about it. I've not heard one bad thing about it. People are going to love this album. Well, people are loving this album because it's actually out now. Duh. I'm not one of these reviewers who gets the album straight away because I'm shit. But yeah, I definitely think Knocked Loose are going to get a bigger name for themselves after all this anticipation and the buzz they are getting for it already. Like, get them on the main stage of Download or something like that, and or put them on a fucking awesome tour with Slipknot. That'll be the dream. That will be the dream. I'm giving this album a 9 out of 10. Definitely well deserved for this album. It was everything I wanted in a Knocked Loose album, and yeah, so happy with it. I'm gonna fucking listen to it straight away once I've finished editing this review and put it up on the YouTubes. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the Knocked Loose album. Did you love it? Or did you hate it? Well, if you hate it, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you, really? Because it's brilliant. Let me know in the comments what you think about the album. You know, do you like the smaller laugh tracks, or do you like laugh tracks more? Is there anything you agree with me on or disagree with me on? Just let me know in the comments, you know. I'm still a noobie reviewer, so hit me with your best shot. And as per usual, everyone, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification thing so you know when there's a new video popping up. And yeah, cheers, thanks for watching the video. More to come soon, hopefully. I'll have a bit more time doing that, and I've moved house now, so it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. So yeah, whatever, none of you give a shit about that. Fuck off, bye bye. Knocked Loose forever.